Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Monique, and this is Monique's Tarot. I am going to just do a general energy check-in reading for Aries, see what you guys are up to, see what's happening, see what I'm pulling for the collective, and how I'm going to start off the reading is I'm going to pull an oracle card from this particular oracle deck that I don't remember the name of, which I will include in the show notes below. But I'm going to pull some cards from this deck and then also get some tarot cards surrounding it to get some clarifying messages. And this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I will always say this in the beginning of my readings. All these messages might not resonate, and that's okay. Okay, so if the message resonates for you, claim it. If it doesn't, go ahead and leave it for the next series. But it's your job to use your discernment, your third eye chakra, use your senses in order to know if this message is for you or if it isn't. So, and this is just a general reading. It's not specifically tailored to anything specific like career, love, finance. Just what I can gauge from the Aries collective and see where we're at. Okay. So, as I was saying, use your judgment, use your discernment. So at the bottom of the deck, you got the discernment card. Yes. It's very important that we always trust our judgment and we trust our instincts and understand that not all things are for us, and sometimes it's hard to pick out what is for you, what isn't for you. Not necessarily in regards to this reading, but this could be pertaining to a life circumstance. Knowing when a relationship is going good, knowing when a relationship is not going well, and trusting in your instincts that you can sense that. You're using all of your senses. You're using your root, sacral, solar. You're using your heart chakra, throat, third eye, crown. You're using all of your chakras in order to kind of gauge, whether a situation is right for you. That could be also for career. We get into jobs sometimes, and the next card you got is assessing. We get into jobs sometimes, and you're there for so long, and it's like, what am I doing here? I like this card, the assessing card. You got discernment and assessing. And with the picture, she's on a air balloon. Well, she is the air balloon, technically. And she has a periscope looking out. She's assessing the situation. I don't know if that's coming in clear, and I'm sorry if it isn't. But she's assessing the situation up on the clouds there. And really that also ties in with discernment. It requires assessing. It requires you to kind of see, is this really for me? Is your passion and your drive and your love for whatever you're doing, if it's your job, if it's a relationship, if it's a hobby, if it's a group that you're in, sometimes it's time to go ahead and reevaluate, reassess what's important to you. And if it's not calling to you like it used to, it's time to go ahead and release and let go. Maybe you've already learned the lesson that you were supposed to learn with being in that relationship, or getting the transferable skills from that job, or, a friendship that just ran its course. And, friendships happen like that. People come into our lives temporarily sometimes, and it's just them coming in when you need them and when you don't need them anymore, and, you've gotten the benefits or the value, and it's also mutual for them, then, it will go ahead and disappear. Sometimes it just happens just like that, but it was an intentional thing for you to get that interaction for that specific purpose, for that express purpose. So... and then the last card you got is boundaries. We all need boundaries. She's kind of like in this water globe, if you will, kind of cocooned from the outside. And that's definitely that's too much of a boundary for me. I mean, it feels like it's really uncomfortable in there. But nonetheless, we all have to set boundaries of what we will and won't accept in our lives. Okay, not everything is, free game. And it's really important to establish those boundaries, to set your limits, to be vocal about it. Use your throat chakra and really open up and make sure that it's clear what boundaries you are setting. So there is no, disappointments or not met expectations. Okay, but I like this energy. It's really you just kind of reevaluating something that you are kind of looking at over again and seeing whether boundaries need to be established in order for you to continue on, whether that's a new job, or a new relationship or a business or whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some tarot cards surrounding this message. And also, if you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe so you can get notified when I do post other readings, because I will be posting more readings in the upcoming future, and those will be more topical, so keep an eye out. And I am using for this, because I don't have the name for that, I am using I'm sure you've probably seen it if you watch tarot, this is the Modern Tarot deck that I like to use. Very thick card, so if if you have a hard time shuffling, you got, small hands. I don't have small hands, I have man hands, and these are still, like, hard to shuffle for me. So, just an FYI, they're very thick and they're kind of laminated. Not kind of, they are laminated. So, I hear one more. One more. So, let's go ahead and cut these bad boys. I don't read reversals because I can just sense out the energy, whether it's the light or the shadow side. So, all of the cards will be upright. But at the bottom, you have the King of Cups sitting on his throne there, holding his cup, has a little fishy coming out of the water there on his right side. Your left, my right, our right. You see it. Deep in his feels, the King of Cups is very emotional. You could be dealing with a water sign. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that you might be dealing with. But if you're not dealing with this energy, then this is pretty much you really figuring things out. The King of Cups is the hugger, the one that always expresses their emotion. They have a high emotional intelligence IQ. They have a high threshold of being able to express their emotions and emote very well. But the drawback is that they can kind of go overboard to that level of, where everything is a story. Everything is a situation. Everything is like, well, this happened to me in my kingdom, and now we can't get out. And it's kind of like you're deep into your emotional feels. So there's something that you're ruminating about, you're contemplating over, something that could be in regards to you assessing something. But I think there is there's assessing something and then over assessing something, okay? We don't want to over obsess or assess. But nonetheless, we're human, so we'll go ahead and kind of ebb and flow through energies and, over analyzing situations. But there's something that you're thinking about. So the next card is the World card. Okay. Let's see. Let me get the spread out and then we'll discuss. Next card is the Sun. I like it. The Sun is the happiest card in the tarot. Everybody knows that. You got the Page of Swords. That is a very smart, quick-witted individual. Then you got the Eight of Cups. Okay. Maybe, it feels like you are using your discernment. If you are able to go ahead and walk away from a situation. And then lastly, you have the Knight of Swords. So you have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I hope that's all visible. Sorry. I'm new at camera setup, so it's going to be garbage for the foreseeable future until I can figure everything out. But right now, it's going to be lacking. I'm just saying. But I do plan on working on that. So don't worry. It's going to get progressively better. But for right now, it's crap. Okay, I get it. But yeah. I actually like this reading. So you start off with the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. And it's a completion of the hero's journey. So we start up with the Fool. The Fool is this aimless person just wandering, not knowing what the next step is, where they're headed. They're lackadaisical, and they're free. The thing of it is that they're free to go ahead and take the journey anywhere. You know, they have that open mind, ideas and ideals, and like they can be led anywhere. But as you get through the journey, it becomes less fun because there's obstacles that come in our way, and that's, you know, how life is. You know, a hero's journey is kind of like when you finish either high school or college, depending on what route you took, and it's like, well, now it's up to you. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? The World card is the completion of the hero's journey, which means that there is a lesson that you've learned, or it's an ending of a cycle. Also, I see they're showing me a picture of someone traveling. So I don't know. There's someone looking at making plans for a vacation or travel outside, either outside or inside the U.S. It's something that you've kind of been waiting on, and maybe that's possibly what you're ruminating on, is in regards to whether you'll be able to go ahead and travel. I think you will, because you have some wonderful cards here. It's kind of a separate storyline, but it's something that I am seeing from Spirit. They're showing me someone in a plane. I see plane, like the boarding paths. I see water. So maybe going to an island. I don't know. That would be lovely. Oh, that'd be wonderful. I don't know. Maybe to like Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, Dubai. I don't know. Wherever there's water. It looks beautiful. So whoever is planning this trip, Aries, so lucky, and I wish I could be like you. All right. But right next to it, you do have the Sun, which is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck, like I mentioned, because through the hero's journey, there is that storyline of the Tower and then the Star, and then the Sun comes out. Well, then the Moon, and then the Sun comes out. But ultimately, it feels like you have found your way out of a situation where you have done the assessing, and it feels good to you. Like you are, maybe there's something that you have reevaluated, and it took some time for you actually to get to this consensus of like, I really just need to just jump in full force, and whatever happens, happens. And that feels like really, really good energy, because ultimately it's successful. You also could be dealing with a Leo, okay? So you could be dealing with a water sign, again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you could be dealing with a Leo here with the Sun card out. There's someone, either an energy or a situation, that has changed your perception and allowed you to go ahead and use your discernment and assess the situation and allow for more options, more creativity, something where you left some kind of limiting belief behind that's now allowing you to open up and open up opportunities for newer things to come into you and come towards you. You do have this Page of Swords with the Eight of Cups. It feels like you've moved away from this energy, okay? I'm going to pull these cards up because these are speaking to me here. So the Page of Swords there with the Eight of Cups. In order for you to get to that Sun, it feels like you needed to let go of this Page of Swords. I'm also getting another storyline, like, you know, like when you get older, things that you used to do when you were younger don't appeal to you anymore. You kind of graduate from that, like, you know, your party days, your drinking days, and there's still that one friend that's like, hey, you want to go drinking? You want to go to clubs? And like, no, I'm old. I want to stay home and be old in my sweatpants. No, I don't want to get no, you know, stilettos and pumps and get a dress on and get some, you know, or for a guy, like, get some nice slacks, I guess. I don't know what you guys wear. But you know how you just like outgrow that, and so like, no, I don't want to stand for 2 hours outside the club waiting to get in, only to dance for 30 minutes because it's hot, waiting for watered down drinks that cost $45. No, I just want to be old and quiet, you know? And it's kind of like you have graduated. I know I'm exaggerating the point, but my point being is that you've graduated from a particular situation where you've outgrown, it feels like, someone. Like, they still want to do that party shit. Fine, you do you. I'm going to be old and go to Barnes and Nobles. I'm going to do the chill thing. You know, I just want to sit by a fire, drink some, you know, some hot cocoa, keep in my warm sweater socks, whatever. I don't even know if there's such thing as sweater socks, but you get me. And they kind of feel like you're leaving them behind. And that's okay. Again, there's people that come into our lives for the express purpose of something at that time. So in your 20s, you might have had that buddy, that drinking buddy, that friend buddy, that party buddy, and that fed your soul for that time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't be ashamed of being like out there and doing a thing. It's fine. And I'm just using this as an example, but apply this scenario into any circumstances or situation that you've come across that might be parallel. But you've outgrown them. You are done. You're done and you're ready to move on to something better. So it feels like you kind of like moved on to this Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords has different meanings and different connotations, of course. Not always the best ones because they're the heroes in the journey, kind of. But they, you know, they are quick-witted. They don't think, you know, they don't think so much about what they're going to say before they say it, like me. But nonetheless, it feels like an upgrade because you're moving from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. And it's like you just want better company. You just want to be with someone on your level that's not going to take you out of your comfort zone. And it's okay that you find someone that does take you out of your comfort zone, but you're kind of past the point of, you know, doing the whole 20s, I need to be out and seen and be in a party limo, okay? Although there's nothing wrong with party limos, those are great. But yeah, let's see if I can get some clarifying messages here. Possibly without the party limo. And while I do that, let me drop all the cards, all of them. Got them. All right, so let's get some clarifying messages. It's okay, Aries. You still fire. Y'all still fire. All right. So let's see. For the King of Cups. Okay. You got the King of Cups to clarify the World card. It's something, again, deep in your feels. You come to the conclusion, but it took so much energy and so much emotional draining from you to kind of get to that point. With the Ace of Suns, it's cleared by the Ace of Sun. I'm making up new tarot cards. The Sun card is clarified by the Ace of Cups. And you're ready for a new start. I don't see love. I'm sorry. If you thought this was a love reading, it's not. It's just a general reading. And if it does touch upon love, then I will bring it up. But I don't see love, although this is the Ace of Cups, which is like the start of a love connection. But I see love as something that you have wanted to do. It's more so you have a love of a new passion, a new interest, a new hobby. I mean, I guess it could be a person, a relationship, maybe a new relationship since you're leaving someone behind or something behind. With the Page of Swords, there's the Six of Wands. Yeah, you're moving away. I mean, the Page of Swords clarified with the Six of Wands. You're tired of kind of being out in the open, as far as, not being out in the open, but tired of just being with them and their fantasticalness, because they always need to step out and be the center of attention. And it's like, yeah, I'm old. I don't want to do that no more. And for the Eight of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Again, walking away from something that doesn't serve you anymore to allow this new offer to come in of just change, of something new, something different, and something fresh. And then with the Knight of Swords, you also got the, look at that, the Ace of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? Again, it's just really leveling up. You feel content that it's okay to go ahead and leave old things behind, where it's just not fulfilling for you anymore. And because you are allowing yourself to just grow up, your soul is telling you that this is done and dusted. You've moved on. So Aries, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, check me out.